Throw this into the pot, and your cabbage won't smell while cooking. Dishes with cabbage are very popular, but the preparation process isn't always so pleasant, especially because of the accompanying smell. However, I'll show you tried and true ways to eliminate unpleasant odors during cooking. You'll get rid of this problem once and for all. Place a piece of bread on top of the cooking cabbage dish. The harder the bread, the better. It'll be easier to remove later. Just remember not to stir the cabbage with the bread. It should always stay on top. Another method, often used by home cooks, involves placing a cloth soaked in vinegar over the lid of the pot. Vinegar is a proven product that effectively neutralizes unpleasant odors. Walnuts are another ingredient that can help when cooking cabbage. Add a tablespoon of ground walnuts to the dish to reduce the emitted smell. The final proven method I'll show you involves coffee. It's no coincidence that coffee is recommended for resetting our receptors when testing perfumes. When your kitchen fills with the intense smell of cooked cabbage, reach for some coffee. Simply place a bowl of it near the pot, and the problem will be solved. You can also use these tricks when cooking other vegetables with strong odors, such as cauliflower, broccoli, or Brussels sprouts. Najczęstsze błędy popełniane podczas gotowania kotletów mielonych, które psują jego smak. Pokażę Ci, jak ich unikać i zrobić pyszne kotlety mielone. Nie używaj gotowego mięsa mielonego. Zmiel w maszynce mięso z karkówki lub łopatki. Z takich mięs mielone wychodzą najsmaczniejsze. Idealnie soczyste, nigdy nie suche. Sekretną proporcją kucharzy jest dodanie mięsa wołowego i wieprzowego pół na pół. Nie mocz bułki w wodzie. O wiele lepiej sprawdzi się do tego mleko. Neutralizuje ono zapachy podczas smażenia. Do masy na kotlety nie dodawaj surowej cebuli, jest zbyt aromatyczna i twarda. Użyj wcześniej podsmażonej cebuli. Nie używaj także bułki tartej. Kotlety będą przez to twarde. Ważne, żeby masę na kotlety dość porządnie wyrobić. Będą bardziej zwarte podczas smażenia ich na patelni. Pamiętaj, aby namoczoną bułkę w mleku dobrze wycisnąć przed dodaniem do mięsa. Gdy mleka jest za dużo, możesz mieć problem z uformowaniem kotletów. Pamiętaj o dodaniu czosnku, wzbogaci smak kotletów. Jest on sekretnym składnikiem, który podbija smak mielonych. Odpowiednia ilość oleju na patelni jest kluczowa. Jeśli będzie go zbyt mało, kotlety będą się przypalać. Ilość samych kotletów na patelni również jest istotna. Zbyt dużo kotletów mielonych na patelni powoduje wytrącanie się wody.
Delicious dinner with white cabbage. You won't want to eat regular meatballs anymore. Take one medium-sized cabbage. Cut it into 3-centimeter pieces from the top. Place each piece gently on a baking sheet. Season the cabbage with salt and pepper. Transfer the ground meat to a large bowl. Add 1 finely chopped onion. Crush 3 cloves of garlic and add them to the meat. Add a tablespoon of red pepper, a tablespoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of salt. Then sprinkle a tablespoon of nutmeg and Provençal herbs. Put on a rubber glove and mix everything thoroughly to evenly distribute the spices. Remove the glove and grease your hand with oil. Take a piece of meat and shape it into a round cutlet. It should be the diameter of 1 cabbage leaf. Then place it on the cabbage. Repeat the process. Add 50 grams of chopped chives to the bowl. Add 30 grams of dill. Then transfer 200 grams of natural yogurt to the bowl and 20 grams of tomato concentrate. Mix everything thoroughly until you get a uniform consistency. Spread the mixture over the cutlets with a spoon. Cover the meat completely. Place the prepared dish in an oven preheated to 180 degrees Celsius. Bake for 45 minutes. Meanwhile, make the sauce. Add 20 milliliters of milk to the natural yogurt. Add a clove of garlic and your favorite spices. Mix everything. Pour the dish with the sauce. This cabbage meatball tastes excellent. It is healthy and satisfying. My family loves it.
Discover chicken cutlets in a whole new way with just one ingredient. This simple dish will turn into a refined combination. Take chicken breast meat and slice it, but make sure not to cut all the way through. Then, tenderize it with a meat mallet. Season the tenderized meat with salt, garlic, and pepper. Now, here comes the unexpected ingredient: cheese, specifically camembert. It's perfect for meat dishes as it adds an intense creamy flavor and a unique texture. Place pieces of cheese into the meat and sprinkle with thyme. Prepare 2 bowls. In one, crack eggs and beat them. In the other, mix breadcrumbs with sesame seeds. This will be the perfect coating. Dip the chicken breast into the egg, then coat it in the breadcrumb mixture. Heat a pan and place the meat with cheese inside. Fry on medium heat until evenly browned. Remove from the pan. Serve the meat while it's still warm. The cheese inside becomes stretchy and velvety when heated, perfectly complementing the meat and creating a creamy layer. That's why the dish tastes best when served warm. It's a satisfying and easy-to-make dish. Delicious chicken fillets in soy sauce. My family asks for them every day, and everyone who tries them asks for more. You need 4 chicken fillets. Cut them diagonally, all the same way, only on one side. Cut 2 red onions in half and chop them. Slice 2 larger tomatoes. Pour 2 tablespoons of olive oil and half a cup of soy sauce into a large dish. Add a pinch of salt, a bit of pepper, oregano, and basil to taste. Remember that soy sauce is already salty, so you don't need too much salt. Add a tablespoon of brown sugar and squeeze 2 cloves of garlic through a press. You can add more garlic if you like. Marinate the chicken breasts in the mixture. Soak them on each side. Wrap in foil and let it sit for half an hour. Sprinkle onions on the bottom of a baking dish. Arrange tomato slices on top. Place the chicken fillets on them. Arrange them side by side. Pour the remaining marinade over them. Put it in a preheated oven at 180 degrees for 30 minutes. After this time, take it out and sprinkle the top with grated yellow cheese. Put it back in the oven, bake until the cheese melts and browns. You can serve the finished dish to guests. It looks amazing and tastes excellent. You can place a single fillet on a plate and savor its original taste. Everyone is surprised by this simple dish and asks for the recipe.
This is the best pork chop recipe I have ever tried. It's aromatic and juicy. Cut the meat into pieces, but don't cut all the way through, creating a harmonica-like shape. Transfer it to a baking dish. In a bowl, add a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, and herbes de Provence. Mix thoroughly and sprinkle this spice mixture over the meat, making sure to cover every centimeter of the pork chop. Peel 2 onions and cut them in half, then slice them into strips. Take a piece of bacon and slice it into pieces of similar thickness. Layer each piece of pork chop with onion strips, placing 2 pieces in each cut. Add the bacon as well, pressing them deep into the cuts to prevent them from fouling out during baking. Prepare up 200 grams of vegetable oil. Add a teaspoon of salt, marjoram, and sweet paprika. Mix everything thoroughly. Apply this marinade using a silicone brush, spreading it evenly over the entire pork chop. The final step is sauerkraut. It's very healthy and prepared this way. It's delicious. Place it around the roast in the baking dish, filling any empty spaces. Bake for 50 minutes in an oven, preheated to 392 degrees Fahrenheit. After this time, your meal for the whole family will be ready for an hour. The sauerkraut will be well seasoned. Pork chops are often dry, but this recipe ensures they are always flavorful and juicy. It's a perfect idea for a family dinner or a larger gathering. The meat literally melts in your mouth,